G'day! In today's video I'm going to be doing a bit more shop talk, and this particular one's going to be a brief thing about headspace, or how to have the right frame of mind and also the right well-being in this industry. So I find personally myself, I like to know why things work and I want to know why they don't work when they aren't working. And the issue that I have there is I can sink a lot of time into a single job that I cannot, or that's beyond my ability. As much as I don't want it to be beyond my ability, I find that I have to know why it's not working. And before I've known, I've spent 6 hours on a job that I really had no chance of actually fixing in the first place. So you got to know when to cut your losses and when not to accept jobs that are beyond your skill set, and also they're way beyond your skill set, not something that you can actually achieve. So for example, the last thing I had tinkering with, I had a Nintendo Switch that was bricked. It was a first generation, unpatched, moddable, and I managed to get it up and going once more. So I was happy with that. I spent about 3 hours originally with this brick device to finally get it going once more. And then in my mind, I was wanting to try an Android on there. I wanted to put Android 10 on it. I wanted to put an emulator called DuckStation to play PS1 games on the Nintendo Switch at a decent frame rate. And brought it home that night, thought, cool, this is what I'm going to do for tonight. Got home and the SD card reader had disconnected. I didn't have my screwdrivers. And I just felt deflated, wrecked, annoyed, angry. All of which at once. And there was really no point for that. Like, for example, I didn't really need to work on this. I could have sat down, watched a movie, could have went for a ride, could have played basketball, could have done any number of things. And I found that, why was I getting frustrated at this? It's a simple task. I know it needs to be done. All I need to do is open it up, redo that connection. But the Android part of it was going to be a huge time sink. So I chose in the end to put it away for the night. When I got back down to the shop the next day, opened it up, took 5 minutes, reconnected that SD connector, or the micro SD card reader, and put some foam there. Cool, sweet, done. And one of my mates walked in, had a chat to him, and I sold it to him then and there. Thought, nah, I need to get rid of this time sink. I'm going to invest too much time that it's going to be just a complete waste of time. I'm trying to emulate PS1 games on a Nintendo Switch. I can do that on any smartphone. But you got to avoid tasks like that, or at least that's what I find. I might get 6 jobs in a day, or 6 jobs for the day, and might have a perfect day where I'm bouncing between every single job. It's all getting finished within 15-20 minutes. Excellent. Done, 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 done. Get some days where task 1, task 2, task 3, stuck on it. Can't find the solution. Before I know, I've spent 6 hours and nearly the end of the day and much frustration, which try and mask it from the customers. They don't need to know about my anger at a particular job. But I might be stuck on that job for six hours or a few days, and it's halted up every other job there. So when that happens, I typically put that aside, put it to the back of the queue, power through everything else I know I can do to get back to that task that's very challenging. I find with my mindset of wanting to know why it's not working, I can sink a huge amount of time and get quite frustrated at things. So typically, if I know something's going to absorb my time and it's actually not for a job, it's just my own knowledge, I try to put that on the back burner or get it out of my hands as quick as I possibly can, where it's always there, just ticking over in the back of my mind. Why isn't this working? Should I try this? Should I do that? I'll just research this. Before I know it, I've spent half an hour researching it in the middle of another job because I just went on a tangent, jumped on Google and just kept searching. So I find if there is stuff like that you get hooked on, try to limit it or try to restrict yourself to goals you can accomplish. So the night with that Nintendo Switch, I should have just said, no, I'm just going to get it back up and going once more. Leave it at that. Forget the Android part of it. Just drop it. If I'd done that, that evening probably would have been a lot better. I probably would have driven down to work, 5 minutes to work, fixed it, drove back, and then probably just played a game or watched a movie. But because I had the mindset of wanting to do the Android side of it, and that's what my task was, I couldn't shake it, and it left me angry and annoyed. So I find, if you definitely get hooked into jobs, try and limit them, especially outside hobbies that cross over into the IT world. Like, Let's say you might like overclocking and you'd happily invest all your time into doing that. Try to limit that during work hours and try and keep it to after hours. I know that you might get a brand new processor dropped off at your work and you just want to tear into it. So definitely try to limit those kind of things. Because I find if I limit those, my headspace feels a lot better. I can focus a lot easier on the tasks I need to do rather than getting absorbed into a side project. So definitely one thing to be aware of working in the phone and IT industry. Watch out for those sinkholes. Anyway, that will do for now, and I'll catch you guys another day. See yous.